I am Ann-Peggy Divine. Welcome to the Divine Design, the podcast where we unfold heaven on earth and reframe spirituality and theology for a new cosmic era. Your journey on human evolution and integration of your divine design starts here. Welcome, both of you, Elaine McGugan and Veerle to this Divine Design podcast.
Thank you, Ann-Peggy. Wonderful to be here.
Yeah. Thank you, Ann-Peggy. It's amazing. Beautiful. There's sparkling energy you're emitting. Thank you.
And thank you for coming here. And as you said, Elaine, I feel that girl just want to have fun after you mention it. Because we have had so much fun together.
We do.
We have, and we do.
Yeah. We have traveled together and we have been on courses and we have been activated and yes, several years. So we have followed each other.
And it's so lovely when we're together, because it's not like we see each other so often, but we've been through some very deep moments together and very connected moments.
Yes.
And we all live in different countries.
And when I kind of think about both of you, because as you said, there is kind of the symphony of heart, body and soul, or symphony of heart-centeredness, but all of us, everything can come through us. And when I connect to you, Elaine, because you are so good in traveling consciousness and you weave so much amazing thing together. And when I go into your energy, well, I see you as kind of the queen of the earth, because you are so good with the earth. You are digging in the earth and renewing the earth. So it's kind of everything, the high and the low, but it's not that the high is better than the low, but so it is kind of the Heart Centered Symphony, and body, soul, everything can kind of merge in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Veerle and I often work together, and we both bring those different aspects into our work.
Yeah.
Creates a different whole.
Yeah, and you also, Elaine, you write for a magazine about health.
I've written several articles for a magazine called Brains, and yeah, that was really fun. It kind of gave me confidence to put my voice out there a bit more.
Yeah.
Which was really nice. At the beginning, I was so tentative, and then in the last articles before my contract with them expired, I thought, oh, I'm just going to write whatever I want to write, and I just did it, and it was so easy. Yeah. And I really enjoyed it. I had fun with it.
I love what you say. It's so easy. I have fun, because I think that's a key.
That's a key.
Yeah. Having fun with what we are doing. It's not doing things because, oh, it's so hard, I have to do it for survival and all of that. So I love doing it.
Yeah.
As you also have said, working with the earth and the soil and agriculture and you say, I love doing it.
Yeah, I love doing it. I digged potatoes out a few days ago. My God, that was so much fun. I was one with the earth. You know, Elaine and I, we do those directions, and then we say, I am the earth. Yeah. But I really was the earth at that. I thought, my God, now I really gotten it. And it's that shift from having to do the task into just be with it and love it and enjoy it. And like, I was so dirty. I was so dirty. You couldn't see the colors anymore of my clothes. And I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, I love being dirty too.
Mm.
And going into Mother Earth, I particularly remember one episode when I was in the shamanic tradition. We were supposed to build something with stone, like what, I'm not sure what to call it, but like a big lots of stone and kind of manifesting. It was symbolizing what we will manifest. And I went into a trance and became Mother Earth. So I was the stone, I was the rain, it was raining, I was the soil, I was everything. And the people around me said, because I was all into it, and then they were finished. They made small, kind of with small stones, and mine was 1.5 meters. And I went so into it. I talked with the stone, I talked with the soil, and I was so dirty. And I said, I need water. Can you guide me to the water? So I asked every stone, do you want to be a part of my manifesting my future and what I want to put into it? And I was really kind of in a, we can call it in a trance, because I was so into earth, I was all the element, I was water, I was rain, I was soil, I was the stone. So, and and the people said, okay, we will just go. I said, I will find you, just go and continue for several hours being in this. And it was so amazing to just be earth, merged with earth. Like, not, I love doing what I did. It's like I became it. And some of the stones, they were very heavy. It was like I couldn't carry them by myself, and I said, I need help me to carry this stone. And then I managed to carry it. So it was, and some of the stone I said, okay, if you don't want to come with me, it's okay. So it was kind of what we also call sacred reciprocity, or like communicating with all. It's okay if you don't want to be it. I find another one that says, I will be your manifesting of this, because I think I had 48 manifesting things in this. But to really surrender to Mother Earth, communicating to all her elements.
That really speaks to me about opening to listen and to connect. On, whether it's Mother Earth or whatever, if you're connecting even with another being, human being, or another non-corporeal being, there is that element of really connecting and listening. Is this what is needed now? Is this the next thing?
Yeah. I love this. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can speak with trees, we can speak with stone, we can speak with rivers, and all nature speak to us all the time.
Everything actually speaks to us.
Yes.
All our creations also speak to us.
Yeah, it does. And when you say that, I just have to mention one thing, because that was kind of, wow, is it for real? Because this was it is 12 years ago, I bought my first new car, completely new L car. And it was something wrong with the charging. It wouldn't charge because it was electricity. And it was this over a year. And it mirrored me, because I was drained at that period, because that was the period when the doctor said you will kind of die and you don't have energy. So that was kind of in my ego death period. And the car mirrored me. So every time I took it to the mechanic, they want to fix it, they didn't find any wrong with it, but it mirrored me. So when I became to find my stamina, find my balance, the car went okay. And I said, is this for real? So when I had, I was exhausted. My new car couldn't take charge. It couldn't deliver what it's supposed to deliver, like I couldn't. And also my dog got the same symptoms as I. So it's like, what? Everything is mirroring me, as you say. Everything is talking to us, and even my car. And that was like, Wow.
And I think what's been very present for me recently with in several areas is that place of self-doubt and trust, and how we that for many of us that kind of gets in the way. And I was connecting to one of the archetypal energies one day in a meditation, and what I heard was, trust is irrelevant. It really doesn't matter. It's the allowing of something, of the connection. And it's only, I think it's almost as if trust is a construct of our humanity. And it gets in our way because we think, oh, I'm not trusting enough in the abundance of the universe or the connection or whatever it may be. And it holds us back from the allowing.
Yes, because trusting is a mental thing and allowing is more kind of an opening. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was quite an eye opener for me in that moment. Like, trust is kind of irrelevant, really. It doesn't, it's, you don't really need it. You can let go of that because we go into self-judgment, we go into self-doubt, we go into all sorts of places because we don't think we trust enough.
Yeah.
And yet it's all there in the allowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. We often use trust in the sense of, I don't trust enough. We often use it in the negative way. And that's true. It comes in the way of allowing. We don't need it. It's just there. Oh my God, thank you, Elaine. It is a construct.
Yeah, and for me it was like, yeah, back to the Heart Centered Symphony, because that Heart Centered Symphony is allowing. It is the same as allowing. We allow everything to come through us. We are kind of opening antennas and also transmitters, and we are kind of, we have it all. So yeah, trusting, it becomes a mental construct, and the mental is kind of a symbol of the old. We have been so mental, so when we open and allow, everything's there.
And then all our amazing mental abilities become in our service.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to do. Because there's always also a thing like, I'm gonna throw it away. And no, you don't have to. You allow your mental capacities to assist you in whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely, to assist you in stepping into that beautiful flow of, that we know when we, well, speaking for myself, I can step into it and then I lose it and I step into it and so on. It's a dance. And the more that we allow that to happen, the stronger it becomes within us.
Yes.
There's something I remember, Elaine, you said yesterday in our conversation, is how important language is and words, and how the more we, even there, the listening is so important. The listening in how you, the energy of your words is transmitting. I always show it with my hands as well. And I guess that's what I felt coming into with your word, Ann-Peggy, of symphony, is where it's always that tuning into that symphony, that everything is part of this beautiful, big, huge symphony, and is to tune into and to allow how we express ourselves to be aligned in that amazing symphony.
Yeah.
Makes me smile.
Yeah, me too. And I'm reminded when we were, something that I come back to often, because it was kind of the last shift in my journey when we met in Glastonbury, Wales, the last time when we had this activation and Santari sang our essence. He sang twice. and all the three of us were there. We were 5, and we 3 and Santari and Solera. And I took the name Divine. And after that, my life changed radically, kind of. Or, yeah, I was on that path, but me owning that, because I said, no, I cannot do it, but I did it. And that led me into this path, Divine Design podcast, and a lot of the things I'm doing, just stepping up. So that's what I want to ask you about. How has your life been since, because now it's 2 years ago since we met in England. How has your life been the last couple of years? Have you seen a change in it, or has it been the same?
I think for me, it's not the same for sure. It's been like a kind of, I want to say steady, but that feels like a very stuck word. It's like a growing and a becoming more open to what I can do and what I can offer and what I can receive. And there's a kind of steady opening. And I think all of the things that we do, and that was quite a momentous journey for all of us, it allows us to jump forward, to jump more into our life, I think. And I can see in myself like an incremental is probably a better word, growth of getting myself more visible, or being able to write for magazines and feel okay about it, or whatever, or in the connecting with the higher realms, and I'm willing to step in more.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen any change in your life, Veerle?
I did, yeah. I have to say, I'm glad you're asking the question. Things changed enormously since then. Yeah. Everything here, we are transforming this whole place into an oasis where the earth is reviving, where there's so much love. Yeah. I have, since that moment there and the activation and us three being together, I really know something activated within myself that is bringing the fullness of who I am here in so many ways, with an ease and a grace that is,
Yeah, so when we say yes and open to it, our life changed radically. And in a month, in beginning of October, I will have a ceremony, and we will be 14 or 15 ladies. And this will be the same as we did, kind of the activation. And I'm preparing them. The last podcast I had with Santari, and I see that I love speaking with Santari because he mirrors me. What he do, I also do, but I do it in my way and he do it in his way. And we will do another podcast about this activation, because earlier we have spoken about everything is in hierarchy, like step and step, but now it's more activation. And when we are activated, because after we had this experience, Santari sang our essence and I was put in the sarcophagus, and you had your experiences, that was, yes, so much an opening after that. It has changed radically, and kind of what I have met, it's like I live my dream life.
You're amazing. That's so beautiful.
I so love it. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. I live my dream life too. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah.
And when we come to this place in ourselves, we see our surrounding kind of, there's just unfold. So we activate our surroundings also. So we are we are change makers for the new earth. Yeah, we become change maker for the new earth.
Yeah, and if I may add, there's something particular that I am observing. And I would have not been able to imagine that if you would have said me 5 years ago, that's what you're going to do in 5 years, I would have said, no. And the fact is that, speaking of bringing in Santari and how he sang us, he did the activation as he was singing. There is something so powerful in the energies, and it's not so much about, yes, it's always about what I'm doing, but it's much more how I am with all that I'm doing. So if I'm on the market selling vegetables, it's not so much the fact that I'm selling the vegetables, but it's how I am with everyone whom I'm meeting. And then I come back on, Elaine, what you are bringing. It's like there's always a moment of deep connection, of deep listening. Yes, you could say it, listening to their music, even if we don't exchange much. There's a moment of deep connection, of deep listening, taking the other in, and then letting go and going to the next one. Yeah. And I know that this is how I am affecting and many people here locally in what I'm doing. Yeah, in the different villages here around me. Yeah. By working the land and doing markets.
Yeah. So it's back to the roots, kind of.
Yeah. What I'm hearing is I meet people where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was amazing. Sunday, there was the local market in Lodeux, and apparently there were 2 stalls of vegetables not there. So there were only 2 of us there. And we always have a lot of people. But this Sunday, it was just like an endless row before our stand. The rest of the market was almost empty, and everybody was rowing before our stall. So it was just amazing. And still nobody was annoyed. They just all waited, and they had to wait for a long time. And it was beautiful, the exchange, and yeah, a lot happened there. A lot more happened there than just the exchange of fruit and vegetables.
Yeah.
There was a deep touching the whole time. Yeah.
And when you speak, I'm reminded of also what I experience. I see beauty everywhere, because what you describe, it's like you see beauty everywhere. You see the weaveness and the flow, and it's like a divine flow. So it kind of, everything becomes a beauty that flows. So yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
And what comes into my mind, I mean, as we're speaking, it sounds like everything is perfection all of the time, which on a very high level it is.
Yes.
But when we get knocked out of that flow, how are we with it? How do we deal with it? Because there are always challenges in life, always things coming up. From one perspective, you could look at it as not being perfection or not being in the flow. It actually is in the bigger level, as we've been saying. But how are we with that when things come out of alignment?
Yeah. I love if you bring that in. If I go back to the market, we had some of the very regular clients. Then they just passed the whole queue and they came to the other side. I only need that. Can you help me quickly? And it's just even in that, looking at the whole queue, all the people very patiently waiting. And then those clients like coming out the other side and just saying, okay, I'm just gonna quickly help you. It's all okay. So not make anything of it, not making a fuss out of it, just like, okay.
And we holding this space for people in this time. I think this is very important because a lot of people are afraid and it is chaos in so many people still. So it is a big change and everything kind of come up and when we hold this space, it feels like, okay, I know that I offer a safe space and you offer a safe space. And having this trust and this allowance in the midst of the chaos around us, I think this is important. And I think us holding it also show the new way, because in the Heart Centered Symphony, everything can come and when we not trust from a mental, but we allow. Yes, we allow. We allow life to unfold in a loving way.
It's like the allowing is the anchor.
Yeah.
Yes. And that allowing might look very different in very different situations.
Yeah, maybe, Elaine, do you want to give some examples?
Hmm. What comes to mind is how different it is with different clients, that working with them energetically, how some clients need a lot of personal contact and some just need the support and nothing more.
Yeah.
And that, and it's the allowing of whatever it is needed for each person in that moment.
Yeah.
That can look very, very different and can trigger us a little bit into, maybe it shouldn't be like that. Maybe it needs to be, if you're used to having a personal relationship with clients and someone comes when that's not needed, it's just the work that's needed.
Yeah.
That can look very different, that allowing.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you speak, yeah.
Yeah, also in when people are going through really challenging times, they sometimes they all need very different holding and very different allowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for ourselves as well. There are times in our own lives when we need to allow the spaciousness, or we need to allow more connection to something, or we need to allow ourselves to ask for support, or there are so many different variations of that.
Yeah.
Because we can't forget ourselves in the picture as well.
Yeah, and when you talk about this, well, I work with couples and I actually help them to allow the others. So when you talk about this, it's like, okay, because they are kind of too separate, it's like they are not allowing the other to be the one they am. So actually when we are talking about that, what I see that I help them to allow each other in a bigger scale. So that's the key, like how can we allow? And also when I went into the spiritual being more than before, kind of when in the beginning I tried kind of to force it on my family. I said, I'm new now, but I had to allow them. So when I didn't speak about it, but just was in allowance in myself, then they allowed me. So I tried to do it another way, because it's like, well, I'm not thinking like I did before. So it's like, but speaking about it, it was kind of resistant. But with I allowed myself and just was it, the allowance kind of, then everything unfold. So the allowance is like, yeah, it's kind of, yeah, it's such a deep key.
And sorry, go ahead, Veerle.
Yeah, I love you bring that in, because I frequently hear yeah, mothers sharing that their children are not able to follow them.
Yeah.
And are not able to accept them. And the key is to really completely, radically accept yourself as you are.
Yeah.
And in transmitting that, your children won't have any problem to receive, because you are alone yourself.
Yes.
And if I may add something what popped up when you were speaking, Elaine, is the allowing everything that moves through our body as well. Because in these times, so much is moving through our bodies. My God. And so, most unexpectedly, like yesterday, I prepared a marvelous dinner for my husband and I, and everything was on the table, and hops, my whole digestive system like didn't want to do anything anymore. Done, no food for me. And I just learned it's just allowing. I said, you're speaking to me. Okay, speak to me. I'm here. I'm listening. And it's all okay. I give you space. I won't do anything else than just allowing you to do whatever process you want to do right now. So I really love that.
If I could add something to that as well, that has kind of been in my mind as well recently. There is so much around, so many people feel that they have to work on this and change that and fix that and do that, and then, allow the growth and this. But actually, it feels for me that it's coming from a very hard place, that if we come from the other place of allowing, it becomes so much easier. The other stuff happens along the way, the changing of the habits or the ways of being, that happens in that bigger field of allowing, rather than trying to push the rock up the hill by fixing this, and I've got to work through that, and have all these. It's. I think that way is past now. We're beyond that.
Yeah.
That place of trying to work on everything.
Yeah, allowing. Yeah, and now you are touching onto kind of medicine and mental health, because if we just allow, because there are anxiety, there are depression, yes, allow the emotion, allow the feelings. If we just allow it to come through us, because we hold and push, oh no, we don't want to allow. If we just allow it, then it will balance out itself. But it's our mental, no, I'm not supposed to feel anxiety, I'm not supposed to feel depression, I'm not supposed to feel, I'm not. But if we allow. So it is such a big key for all aspect, actually, allowing. Not pushing, but just go with it. I call it the divine flow, and even depression is a divine flow, because we are connected to future, past, and all, and what we have lived has been kind of hell on earth, and that we created depression, we have created hell, and when we are in a relationship to that, we can feel it, but just allow it, and then just let it go, flow through us.
Yeah.
And I feel the allowance in my heart, because living in this allowance is like you have a radically open heart.
Yes.
So your heart kind of is much bigger than you in this allowance.
Yeah. It's like our heart then walks before us, and
Yeah.
we're following our heart.
We've given ourselves permission to do that.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, so what we can see that 2 years ago when we met, we opened our allowance key, kind of. We allowed ourselves.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we definitely did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a good way of putting it. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's a nice way to put it. And I guess very shortly after that, Solera invited me to really open up and let whatever I'm engaged with, to let it become whatever it wanted to become without any control, just let it go. And I'm doing that each morning now, and I can feel the amazing depth of allowing in it. Yeah, because it's the other side of control.
Yeah.
It's not controlling anything, it's just allowing.
And that's another key. It's the opposite of control.
Yeah.
Because it's so many that hold to control.
Yes.
Like an antidote.
Yeah, like an antidote. Yeah, actually.
You could create a vaccine of allowing.
Yeah.
Or maybe, perhaps, that was, sorry, I shouldn't maybe have said that. maybe a little high level essence of allowing.
But I'm glad you bring it in, Elaine, because there's still a lot going on around vaccines. It's not done. And it's just like allowing maybe this to happen too, if it still has to happen. And I guess is what I'm feeling it is to just infuse it with love. And then it will be all okay.
But also in the allowance, I think that if you allow our body, it is so strong in itself. So when we connect to Mother Earth and speak to Mother Earth, we know Mother Earth will protect us more than kind of what all the thing we create from chemicals. And so in the allowance, for me, in the allowance, it's more allowance to the natural, going back to basic. And for me, vaccine is more than acute health. And if we are in balance, the body will allow us to flourish. It don't need vaccine. But if you are sick, if we have cancer, then we need extra boost, kind of. So it's not yes or no, but it's like when we weave it all together, where are we in our process?
And if I could bring in the words clarity and discernment here, it's that place of discerning when it's needed, when it's not needed.
Yes.
And listening, as you said, listening.
Yeah. Yeah. It's on the level where you are operating. And it's to be how to be with each other and allow the other to be on their level of operating. On some levels of operating, vaccines are necessary.
Yes.
On my level of operating, vaccines aren't necessary at all. And there is that discernment that you're bringing in, is to allow the other to have their level of operation where vaccines are necessary. And then if these people are very, and to even when it comes into my awareness, is to unfold that vaccine with a lot of love and to just let it be. Because that's where empathy and listening comes in again, is just allowing each of us to operate on the level we're operating on.
Yeah.
And not to try to force anything else on them. You cannot even dialogue with them. You cannot even transmit that you're knowing all the wisdom we have around the body and around the wisdom of the body and the intelligence of source. It's not landing. It's not landing.
But another aspect of vaccine is actually, it is, for many, it has been an initiation, because a lot of people have been sick from vaccine. And when we get sick, the body really start to protest and we have symptoms. Then we start to wake up. So often when we really start to wake up, we have to go so hard into the body's hurting and the body's imbalance. And so for some people, I know that they get the vaccine and it really waked them up. They had to work through it, kind of. So it gives some a resistance, so that okay, now I need a radical shift, because now I'm forced into, I don't want to do this anymore, to listening to everyone, giving away my power. Because some of us take the vaccine and give our power because our bodies say no, but we do it because we have learned the program said so. And in that okay, enough is enough. Now I have to listen to my body. Now I have to raise to stand strong in myself. So it's so many aspects of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Countless aspects, always. So it's, yeah.
I'm feeling more and more how much life is a kind of just a series of perspectives. You know, you could be standing here and you have this perspective, or you could be standing here and have that perspective. And it feels like one of those, you know, the toys that children have, the kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
And it really, everything is valid and everything is real in that moment. And it's another perspective.
Yeah.
And recently I was really feeling I cannot say I have an absolute truth about anything, because there are so many different perspectives.
Yeah.
I agree. The only thing I have been with that, with several, is and I have said, well, I only have one truth. If we call it a truth, it's like I am. And that's open because I am. But I agree with you, Elaine. I don't see any truth other than I am. And that is an opening, that I am everything, kind of. Everything and nothing.
Brings a very beautiful alignment into our triad here.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Into the 0 point, the heart center 0 point, where everything can unfold. And they say that when we go into sacred geometry, to have form, the smallest form is a triangle, like we are, 3. So we have a need to have 3 to create a form, because if you have only 2, it's no form. It's just horizon, but we need 3 to create a form. So to create form, we need at least 3. Then we are in the 3-dimensional world, as we are. So we are kind of a symbol of this 3-dimensional world.
Where each of the aspects has an amazing power within itself, and where there is a spiraling force between the 3 of us, where an amazing newness is arising on and on and on.
I always feel that if we could look at inside our bodies at a subatomic level, we would see little triangles floating everywhere, all with different purposes, all with different jobs, all with different aspects.
We absolutely would.
Yeah, and as I see that the shift also more and more, actually more and more men are talking about this, and I thought, wow, do we really need men to really highlight that? Because they said, have you seen the feminine body, what it can do? It holds baby, it's great, it's miracle happening when we create baby. And it is the feminine holder. So what I see is that we are moving from a very masculine way of being very mental and action oriented, going now to a feminine being, just emanating being. Because that's the, as you Elaine brought in, allowance. We are going from this forcing masculine to be the feminine allowance, holder of allowance, what wants to come true. Miracle with birthing babies, miracle with birthing projects, miracle with birthing, and we think all this birthing and creating is a mental, but actually it is more an allowance. Allowance.
And a force. And a force.
Yeah. And of course, yeah. Yeah. Stepping, kind of letting source, God, Tao, the bigness work through us.
Yeah. Yeah. You read my mind. Yes, it's because that's where we are emanating the source intelligence through our being.
Yeah.
And it's allowing then everybody to reconnect with it because it's everywhere. It's within everything, within everybody.
Yes. Yes.
And it's the source of all well-being, physical and psychological and spiritual and social and whatever.
Yes. Wow. Yeah, so when we line up, we try to find a team, and the team revealed itself. It allowed itself to come true, so it became allowance. So what we have done here actually has been we have showed how allowance just come to us because we hadn't planned to speak about allowance. Elaine brought it up and we resonated, yes, yes. And so we allowed the word allowance and the whole podcast to come kind of through us. We birthed it. Yeah. So I want to ask you, do you have some final words to kind of wrap it up? Do you feel something that wants to add in the end?
I would just really wish to remind us and everyone to allow that radiation of our magnificence because people just so love it when they feel it.
Yeah.
They respond to it, they just love it. And it's a remembering in ourselves to do that, to allow that to move through us.
Yeah. And as you spoke, it's like I heard two words, beauty and grace. Beauty and grace in this allowance. Beauty and grace kind of emerges in this allowance.
I love it. We're definitely in the same field. I heard the invitation to listen to your own unique symphony. And the more you're able to really tune into your own symphony, you will be able to tune into the symphonies everywhere around you. Yeah. And especially, I invite us all to also tune into that symphony of the earth. As we walk the earth, just allow your own symphony to resonate with the symphony of the earth, wherever you walk, wherever you put your feet. to just allow that, magic will unfold.
Yes. Wow. Thank you so much, both of you. And I love our co-creation and all the journey we have been on together. And we are not finished. We are just in it.
So gorgeous. Thank you, Ann-Peggy.
Thank you, Peggy.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you for listening to the Divine Design podcast with Ann-Peggy Divine. Join us next Sunday for another Heaven on Earth unfolding conversation. With grace, reverence, and unity, may the path of your divine design light the way. From the divine in us to the divine in you.